At this moment, we are merely hours away from transitioning from 2023 to 2024. So, in advance, let me tell you, Happy New Year. You know, one of the things that I have done historically for the last 4 years is I write down throughout the year my accomplishments, things that I have done, been able to achieve over the course of a year. In 2018 is when I started it. And you see my list here. I literally just jotted down, in my case, on a yellow legal pad. And I'll just tell you just a few things as I've gone through the years. So in 2018, which seems like forever ago now, like I created and launched my Faith to Conquer Fear workshop series. I launched 2 devotionals in the YouVersion Bible app. What else? Got a new role at Procter & Gamble. One of my favorite roles was capability. So that was when I secured that role at Procter & Gamble. I had 15 years at Procter & Gamble. I planned the first women's Bible study hosted in my home in 2018. 2019, again, same legal pad. I wrote down a few things. What else? I was an adopt-a-class co-leader. Was an extracurricular thing I did while I was at Procter & Gamble. What else? I had a quote from my book published on the back of a t-shirt. How cool is that? I would have forgotten that. I would have absolutely forgotten that. Let's see. I taught Wednesday night Bible study at my church, Fresh Anointing Impact. So that's just a few things from 2019. 2020, I ran a 9-minute, 13-second mile at Orange Theory. Now, I know for some of y'all, you're like, girl, that's slow. That was a highlight for me. But again, something I would have forgotten had I not written it down. What else? Oh, this was a good one. 2020, I received 4 industry awards for the work I did creating our Sales College 2 curriculum at Procter & Gamble. 2021, I didn't forget. I was still writing things down. What are some things that happened in that year? I launched our women's Bible study at my church, Fresh Anointing Impact Church, which was 3 6-week executions that we did, which was fantastic. I had several keynotes. I did presentation skills training boot camps for companies as well as Procter & Gamble. And in 2021, this was a big one. It was the last thing on my list. I survived and grew my faith during my husband's amputation process. That's the last thing I had on my list, and that happened in October. So that just tells you I was all consumed with those things. 2022, I had another list, right? Same legal pad, had another list. What are some of the things on here? I delivered my first sermon at Fresh Anointing Impact Church in May. What else did I do? I attended Hamilton, the Broadway musical. Most people have seen that several times. That was my first time seeing Hamilton. I attended a Boys to Men concert. It was on my bucket list. Again, these are not big things, but it's things that I knew I would forget. Well, as I was thinking about coming to the end of 2023, what I realized this morning is that in 2023, I did not write down a single accomplishment. Not one. I didn't write down a single thing. I have gone the whole year and not captured any of the things that I've been able to do. Now, why is that a big deal? Because I am the type of person that if I don't capture it, I forget about it. I'd probably forget I had written books if I didn't see posters or, books kind of around the house, but I just forget. I accomplish and I move on. So this list of accomplishments is not to be braggadocious. It's not to share with people. Nobody has even seen this list. I just share it with you for the sake of this video. But nobody's really seen the list. It is so that I can remember what has happened, so that I can remember all the things that I've been able to accomplish through the grace of God, because there's nothing on that list that I have accomplished that God did not give me the ability to accomplish, whether through my gifts, my talents, my finances, whatever. That's something that I would not have been able to do without God. And that is what is consistent throughout all of my years. I just started recording in 2018, but that's the one thing that is consistent. So why am I sharing that with you? Because what I did the minute I realized hours from the end of this year that I had not written anything down is I took a pause. I sat at my desk and I started to write what I could remember. And I started to write down some things. Again, this list, as you can see, is much shorter because now I'm going on memory at the end of the year versus going back throughout the whole year to see what I've accomplished. I got promoted this year, which was something I've been working on for 3.5 years. I got promoted at Procter & Gamble. I took my first trip to Milan, Italy. What else? I'm learning new technology, new artificial intelligence technology. I'm creating a new women's Bible study curriculum. So just again, things that I want to remember at the end of the year. So here's my challenge to you. We are a few hours, literally a few hours from transitioning from 2023 to 2024. If you have not taken the opportunity to reflect and think about all that you have accomplished this year, I want you to take the time to write it down, whether it's on a legal pad, whether you're doing it on notes on your phone. I really don't care. What's the purpose? Number one, to capture the memory. Number two, every now and then, you need to be reminded of how great you are. This year has been a great year, but I've also, like many of you, I've had some struggles this year. I've had some challenges where externally my greatness has been challenged. It's been questioned. Sometimes I doubt myself. Can I do this thing that I've worked so hard to accomplish? So this list of accomplishments serves to let you know how great you are, to remind yourself how great you are, to remind yourself of how far you've come and all the things you've accomplished to get you to this point and to get you ready for 2024. So that's my challenge to you. If you don't have a system like this, if you don't have a way of capturing what you have accomplished and what you are accomplishing, take the time to do that because you're great, I'm great, and sometimes we just need to be reminded. All right? Telling you in advance, Happy New Year.